Peace, 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 y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Whew. Question for y'all. Would you give your child a European name to make life easier for them in terms of living in the West? So let's say you live in the West, you have your kids in the West. Would you give them an English or westernized name to not put them at a disadvantage? Right? So that's the question. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. So this is coming off the back of a conversation that I had with this interracial couple I met a couple weeks ago at this barbecue that I attended, right? Lovely couple, Ghanaian dude and his wife. We chopping it up, whatever, small talk at a barbecue, and we just kind of bouncing ideas off each other, whatever, whatever. And it's like, as we talking, we start to, she tells me about her experience going to Ghana the first time, and she's like, I thought it was this, but when I got there, it was that. But long and short of the story is, as we start to get into the second half of the conversation, she said something to me that stuck with me. She was like, I ain't really want them to have, like, she's like, I don't mind them having an African name, but I really wanted them to have, I didn't want to put them at a disadvantage. That's what she said. And me and her husband, whatever, we chopped it up, this and that, and he said the same thing. So fast forward to a couple of weeks later, we talking, and he says the same thing to me. So he says, listen, my daughter's not been getting job opportunities because of her name, you know what I mean? And it's like, I listened, you know what I mean? I didn't hear, I listened to dude, and I've been working on being compassionate a little bit more, to being a bit more compassionate and just mindfully be more compassionate, you know what I mean? So as he's speaking, I'm thinking compassion, I'm thinking empathy, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, if this guy is telling me this, then this is really his reality, you know what I mean? You can't take that away from people. So that got me thinking. So that's why I'm asking y'all, would you give your kids an English name if they lived in England, if they're born in England, to try and give them a bit of an advantage in terms of job opportunities, work opportunities, this and that? And this is, you know what I mean? This ain't new. If you got a non-English name and you lived in the West, this has been a thing. Chinese, Vietnamese, whatever kind of name you got. It's like, I've even seen Chinese people who have like Chinese names and they switch them up to English names. It's not as common with Chinese people as it is with African people, in my opinion. I ain't seen no statistics, you know what I mean? So don't hold me to that. I'm just saying, right? So boom. So for me, when he said all of this to me, I took it in, whatever. And I said, that's really bad. But then we had another conversation another time, and we talking about HR, we talking about navigating the corporate workplace and this and that. So I got 100% African name. I ain't got no English names. I ain't got no Western names. And you know what? As a little kid, I used to spend mad summers here in the UK and in the US. And it did used to bother me a little bit, you know what I mean? So I can understand how heavy it could get for kids, you know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, I can understand how heavy it gets for adults. But that's my word is born. It's like this. I would come up here and spend summers with my cousin. And I remember one time when I came over the summer, you know what I'm saying, we kicking it with some of her friends from the neighborhood, whatever. And I said, call me Michael. I had this obsession with Michael Knight Rider. Yeah, I'm giving out my age, giving away my age, whatever. But it is what it is. So anyway, I say call me Michael. I think my dad catches wind of that, and he's like, Michael, I gave you an African name for a reason, whatever. So straight up and down, it's like this. My name and the name that I identify with is steeped in a lot of tradition, or steeped in tradition. So I come from a tribe in Ghana called the Ga tribe, and we have a really unique pattern of naming. And I'm going to do some research and come back and really give it to y'all how it's supposed to be given. But I'm going to tell you how I understand it. So that's my word. So my name is like a passport, right? So my first name, Nee, is a title, you know what I'm saying? And the best way I can explain it, like Haile Selassie, his name was Ras Tafari. And Ras is a title bestowed onto people within his tribe. And it's a little similar to my tribe. Most of the men, maybe all of the men, have that title in front of their names. So Nee is a title given to all the males in my family, in my tribe, right? But then when you break it down, my middle name tells a different story. So my middle name says that I'm my father's first son. So there's a bunch of different names. So I know in the God tribe, I'm gonna break it down. There's like names that determine what where you were born. There's names if you're like a twin. There's names if you're. There's a bunch of different naming patterns. I'm gonna come back and break that down. But that's my word. It's like my middle name says I'm my father's first son, and then I got a last name. So real talk. If you went to Ghana today and you went to Accra, you went to my village, whatever, and you said my name, that's my word. They take you right to my house. They'd be like, even if you didn't go into my town and you went anywhere and you said this guy's name, they know straight up he's from Accra. And then if you got to Accra, you say, oh, his Aite, that's my father's first son, whatever. And then my last name. So names are really important and they tell something. So I knew the names of my kids before they was going to be born. If my kids follow on with the tradition and the pattern, I know what my grandkids are going to be called. So let's just kind of wind back. So for me, it's like I probably lost job opportunities because of my name, but that's my word is born. And I said to the dude, I'm like, yo, real talk. If I apply for a job, right? I mean, now we got algorithms, so let's put algorithms aside. But if I apply for a job, right, and homeboy or homegirl sitting there, HR person looking at the name or whatever, and you ain't digging me or you ain't feeling me or you ain't liking my name, so on the strength of that, you ain't trying to look at what's in my CV or in my resume, then bruh, go ahead, yo. Real talk, go ahead. But that's my word. It's like this. Why would I want to go work for somebody that don't like me because of my name? So in truth, we all find ways to justify stuff that go on in our lives. You know what I mean? Maybe this is just my justification, but I look at it and say, yo, real talk. Why would I want to go work for somebody that just don't like me because of my name? On the flip side, I meet people who, when I tell them how I'm named, they're like, oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. So I'm somebody that speak about authenticity 100% of the time, because what makes you authentic? And a lot of people be getting lost in all types of different things, but the only thing that's going to make you authentic is if you own everything 100% about what you are, who you are, where you from, and you own that 100. If you walk around with that and you wear that proud, as you walk around, you will get people, they might not like you, man, but what's it like when you could get the respect? You know what I mean? I think people trade in respect for likes. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what really matters to you. But that's my word. It's like this. Real talk, I rather the respect. But the people that take time to try and have conversations with me realize and say, oh, wow, that's a really cool thing. Have I lost job opportunities because of that? Maybe, but I don't allow my mind to get into rabbit holes like that. You know what I mean? I put my best foot forward and I go out there. But that might not be the reality. So I don't have an answer. And that's why I'm putting this video out, because I'm trying to ask y'all what you think. Do you think it's better to just hold on to your authentic name? We got a prime minister, by the way, who might be out of here today, because that's my word. It's the election today. They saying Labor's going to win. I don't know. But, yo, dude kept his name 100%. So I'm asking y'all, we want to make it easier for our kids. Is that the thing to do? So drop something in the comments. Let me know. Is it really a good idea, or do you think we should give our kids names, European names, if we live in a certain country outside of our own country, to try and give them the same opportunity, or try and not let them miss out on opportunities that other people have? So drop a comment. Let me know what's up. Peace.